resources. So must be. Recently, the Chief of Defense Staff also granted an interview with Al Jazeera, and you heard what he said about foreign infiltration when it comes to, even the sponsorship of terrorism, financing and all those stuff like that. I know he was being conservative and not trying to be, confrontational and all those stuff like that. DSS, they know the countries that are problem to Nigeria. Army intelligence, police intelligence, they know the countries that are, problematic to Nigeria. It is high time that one, Mr. President has to take the bull by the horn. You are either our friend or you are our enemy. Because people are dying, and it is Nigerians that are dying on daily basis. In the mine, they are dying. In Boko Haram camp, they are dying. In Lakarwa camp, they are dying. In Niger Delta, they are dying. Almost everywhere in this country, we are not at war, yet we are at war. All because internally we have people that are greedy, participants, criminals, that connive with this set of people to be able to do what? Defraud Nigerians against the interests of Nigerians. So if the government is able to come all out, who are their sponsors at this national level, at this our own level? Who are those people that are sponsoring them? Irrespective of whose one is gone, bring them out, make a scapegoat out of them. The rest will do what? They will enter their shell.
I remember the previous administration saying that they had the list of sponsors of terrorism, and today nothing was said or done about that list.
I think it is better we leave that in. The federal government should just come out and tell Nigerians that it was a lie. Because if not so, it will keep embarrassing the present government that was never part of this whole thing. I think it's better. Either the government now will bring out that list and tell the public that this was the list, or alternatively saying that they were just telling lies. Because till today, it now becomes a recurring decimal at every security discussion, especially when it comes to solution, when it comes to trying to say who are those that are behind terrorism in this country. That list is always a recurring decimal. Then the government should come all out to say, look, this list never existed. For me as a person, I don't know if the list ever existed truly. Because if such list ever existed, the type of social media that we have today, the type of world technologically that we have today, I want to assume whether fake or original, there would have been a list in the internet.
As we begin to wind down the conversation, one of the things you mentioned is intelligence failure. And I know that every time, in fact for years, close to a decade now, if not more, when you talk about security, in the country, the first thing people like yourself mention is intelligence failure. And that has been the recurring narrative. So what do we do to get it right? To ensure that, look, we have intelligence, and we have intelligence that is working, and intelligence that is effective, and put to the right use. I know that sometimes in Plateau, we've spoken to residents who will say, oh, we gave them the information, and yet this attack happened. So how do we fix all of that?
One of the best ways to fix intelligence failure is to make those that receive the intelligence answerable. It's not, look, this whole blame will come to the decks of Mr. President, the decks of the police IG, the decks of the service chiefs and the like. Meanwhile, that intelligence is not going to go direct to them at the initial stage. Who were those people that received that intelligence? Who were those that processed the information rather, and processed the information to intelligence and became a veritable intelligence for use? Now it was established that this intelligence is veritable and is useful. Who didn't use it? Are you there with me? Why didn't that person or group of people use it? Now, once you're able to establish it, make a scapegoat out of them. Remove them from that office, because they may be participants criminals, they may be part of the cell group, they may just be people that are sympathetic to the cause of terrorism and just want to kill that information. They may be sponsored at the point of employment, to do what? To play the bidding of those that sponsor them. So, if that is the case, once intelligence is gotten and it's not used, and you are able to identify those that had the intelligence but didn't use them, remove them from that office and prosecute them. Other people won't do it again.
I mean, I wish we could, continue, but we do have to leave it there. Just a lot. You said a lot to, a lot to unpack. Okay, I understand that I have 3 minutes more, but let me ask you this. You mentioned something quite important, and I don't want us to overlook it. If you can answer in like 2 minutes, the issue of insider information. And where is that coming from, and how, can they nip it in the bud?
Now, you see, when you talk about insider information, I keep mentioning the phrase cell group. Now, cell group we have what we call sleeper cell. I've said this thing severally here. Sleeper cells are those people that are sympathetic to the cause of terrorism. It could be a governor, it could be a minister, it could be a president, it could be a member of House of Rep and the like. Now, they are sympathetic either in terms of ideology, either because they come from the same tribe, or because they are from the same affiliation in any way whatsoever. So, unannounced, they are sympathetic to their cause. It's just like you believe that this person is from my tribe. Even though he's been indicted for armed robbery, he's supposed to die. What can I do so that I won't die? Are you there with me? And maybe, if possible, give him life sentence or reduce. That is a sleeper cell to some extent. Now, there are those ones that are, coordinated. Now, those are the type of people that it's easy to buy. And those are the type of people that it's easy to give information to the terrorist group. Now, if you have this type of people, what do? Personnel audit. How did they get into this establishment? The army, the navy, the police. Who employed? Who are the people that signed their reference letter? Why did those people sign their reference letter? What is their background? Do a profiling on all your personnel. And those people that are odd, are you there with me? Connected, whether remotely or immediately, to terrorism, terrorist group, terrorist country, what do? Filter them out. Do a proper profile of them. If you are not too convinced, what do? Remove them from our military base. Remove them from your police base. Have a clean slate of the police formation that you have. Now that will, to a very large extent, reduce the level of infiltration, the level of information giving out and selling of information and diverging of information that lead to either ambushments and the success of a hard target is not easy to attack. So when you hear things like military base being attacked, the first thing is let the military say look inward before looking outward. Because it's not something you just sleep and wake up and say, let's go and attack them. It's not like a school. You understand? So, and that is why it is imperative now that a personnel audit be conducted on everybody that is in security, whether military, police, or paramilitary agency in this country. Right. Without those that are irrelevant and those that work with suspicious record. And let's have those that are clean.
Thank you so much for your time. Director General, International Institute of Professional Security.
Thank you.
Tony Ofoyetan. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
All right, you've been watching Standpoint. Remember that you can watch a repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. and at 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. I am Precious Amayo. Thanks for watching.